In the past, Franklin Equipment Company has been portrayed by its competitors as a glorified blacksmith shop. It's true that the people at Franklin do have certain characteristics in common with a good blacksmith, like a willingness to work hard for a living, a craftsman's eye for and commitment to quality, a reputation based entirely on turning out strong and durable products, even an expertise in pouring, shaping, and forming metal. But as you're about to see, that's where the similarities end. Employing nearly 300 trained engineers, technicians, manufacturing personnel, service and support staff consisting of over 250,000 square feet of manufacturing, warehousing and office space, and utilizing the most modern equipment and techniques, Franklin is, in fact, a vital, growing company at the forefront of the logging equipment manufacturing industry. Their extensive line of heavy timber harvesting equipment includes both the Franklin and Tree Farmer brands, and is comprised of 9 cable skidder models, 8 grapple skidder models, 11 forwarder models, and 5 feller buncher models, with new designs and concepts constantly under development. Both Franklin and Tree Farmer tractors have earned a reputation in the forest for being tough, durable, and versatile. In the logging industry, surprisingly few heavy equipment manufacturers can claim their products are made in the USA. With headquarters in Franklin, Virginia, Franklin Equipment Company can make that claim, and does with a great deal of pride. In fact, it's just that American pioneering spirit of hard work and innovation that has helped them create and develop the most respected, tested, and productive lines of logging equipment in the world. A world in which Franklin Equipment is one of the few companies that manufactures heavy equipment solely for the logging industry, and the only wholly American-owned and operated major manufacturer in the business. As a family-owned business, Franklin Equipment Company is a thriving example of the American dream in action. But 40 years ago, it was just a dream in the mind of a young paper mill woodyard worker in the small rural town of Franklin, Virginia. Roger Drake, who had watched the steady flow of logging trucks while he earned his hourly wages working at Camp Manufacturing Company, later Union Camp, decided to strike out on his own. He started a service station repair shop across the road, catering primarily to the logging vehicles as they went to and from the lumber yard. Drake's work with local loggers made him realize that a need existed for a more efficient method to move logs from the stump to a central loading point. From used parts, he built a couple of rubber-tired articulated vehicles, and the Franklin Logger was born. One of these historic prototype skidders is on display in a logging museum in Lufkin, Texas. Reception of the first official Franklin Logger units, sold locally in 1962, was excellent. Since then, the company has never looked back, expand gradually from an assembly operation to a modern manufacturing facility. In 1990, Franklin Equipment Company purchased the well-regarded Tree Farmer skidder line. The following year, keeping the features that had made Tree Farmer a favorite with many loggers, while incorporating other Franklin-specific design improvements, Franklin moved the manufacture of the Tree Farmer line from Talladega, Alabama, to the Franklin, Virginia facility. Most Franklin dealers now offer both the Franklin and Tree Farmer lines, giving customers their choice of center section oscillation or front cradle oscillation, something no other manufacturer offers. Today, Franklin Equipment Company is still family-owned and operated, with Roger Drake serving as chairman of the board, while his sons, Wilson and Randy, oversee marketing and manufacturing, respectively. Franklin Equipment Company enjoys an international reputation for producing tough, versatile, durable, and affordable logging equipment through both the Franklin and Tree Farmer brands. Maintaining the high standard of quality that loggers have come to trust and rely upon takes the teamwork and coordinated effort of 4 distinct divisions within the Franklin Equipment organization: the Manufacturing and Equipment Division, the Sales and Service Division, the Parts Division, and the Engineering, Research, and Development Division. The drivetrain components of Franklin's legendary tractors originate in Independence, Oregon, at the Swede Division, Franklin's foundry. This 58,000 square foot facility, employing around 40 people, is where the ductile iron castings are poured. 95% of the work done at this plant is for Franklin equipment, with an additional 5% outside work for other industries. These castings are shipped from Oregon to the plant in Franklin, Virginia for final machining. All other manufacturing and assembly for both the Franklin and Tree Farmer lines takes place here at the Franklin facility, which employs around 300 people. A tour of the Franklin plant reveals a motivated and highly trained workforce, a vast array of machinery and equipment, utilizing the very latest technologies to the fullest, and a carefully organized manufacturing and assembly sequence that maximizes efficiency and quality. A bank of manufacturing scheduling computers, which are fiber optically linked to the engineering department's computer system, is situated in an area overlooking the floor. This link allows part schematics to be delivered at the push of a button to the multiple high-tech equipment stations below, including a 5-axis computer numeric controlled, or CNC, machining center, 4-axis CNC machining centers with hard-turning capabilities for precision fit, exacting CNC gear cutting machinery for both internal and external gears, CNC press brakes for efficient bending and forming of heavy metal plate, as well as precision grinding and fabricating equipment. With these cutting-edge computer-controlled stations, Franklin manufactures parts with greater accuracy, precision, and versatility, more speed and efficiency, and less waste. The entire operation is geared solely toward building the ultimate timber harvesting machines. Throughout the Franklin equipment manufacturing plant, at every stage of production, quality is the first priority. In order to control the design and fit of each component, over 60% of all parts used are manufactured in-house, including axles, transfer cases, power shift transmissions, winches, hydraulic cylinders, forwarder loaders, and grapple attachments. Components are assembled and tested before they're installed in a tractor or packaged for OEM sale. Technicians in the Quality Assurance Inspection Room are constantly testing gears, housings, and other parts to make sure every piece is properly shaped for optimum performance and durability. Tanks are meticulously cleaned with both abrasive shock and a high-pressure washer, then dried and sealed to protect the integrity of the hydraulic system during the manufacturing process. Welding is set up on rotating fixtures to ensure optimum positioning for consistent welds. At the 2 tractor assembly lines, where everything comes together, procedures for assembling both the Franklin and Tree Farmer tractors have been carefully organized, refined, and honed to achieve the highest level of efficiency, flexibility, and accuracy possible. Here, all hoses are tested in excess of rated pressure. Franklin is the only manufacturer that tests every hose they make. Oil and hydraulic fluids are filtered before they ever go into the tractors. In the parts cleaning and painting building, tractors are prepped, and each part is cleaned and painted with electrostatically applied 2-part epoxy resins that provide better coverage and a harder finish for longer wear than conventional paint. And in the final inspection bay, every tractor is examined and tested again. And even the oil is thoroughly cleaned in our micron filtration machine, which tests for the exact micron rating until it exceeds Franklin's high standards. Systems are brought up to operating temperatures and pressure to check for leaks, smooth operation, and proper fit. Before receiving the stamp of approval, every tractor has been inspected a minimum of 3 times. With all this attention to quality, it's no surprise that every Franklin and Tree Farmer tractor comes with a year-long extendable warranty. Shortly after the sale of Franklin Law in 1962, Franklin Equipment Company realized the importance of having as close as possible to the customer. Beginning their first year, Tide Equipment signed in 1963, an extensive dealer network was selectively developed through the years. That network currently covers 22 states, from Maine to Florida, Georgia to Oregon, Canada, and 8 different countries in South America, Europe, Africa, and the South Pacific. Wherever they're located, Franklin Equipment dealers are well known for the quality and responsiveness of the service they provide. Franklin's well-known performance is assured through the company's quality control and service procedures that begin on the assembly line and follow each machine right into the woods. In addition to a rigorous inspection by a team of engineers and technicians before leaving the manufacturing plant, Franklin's dealers do a thorough pre-delivery inspection at the dealership. Franklin knows that in the woods is the wrong place to find a flaw or defect that could mean downtime. Going the extra step to avoid such problems is one of the ways that Franklin and Tree Farmer have built a reputation as the most reliable and protected machines in the forest. Franklin Company worked very hard to make sure dealerships are equipped and prepared to provide the best possible service for their customers. Mechanics are to Franklin, North America's busiest logging region, for intensive training sessions. Our catalogs with detailed schematics are routinely updated and delivered in CD-ROM format to provide dealers with the latest, most accurate information on every tractor. These are just a few examples of how far Franklin goes to keep their customers satisfied. Ben Franklin, after whom the town of Franklin, Virginia was named, is remembered for many sayings that are as wise as they are catchy. One being, time is money. While this old adage applies to just about every business, it seems especially true in the woods. When a machine breaks down, it's imperative to get it back up and running as quickly as possible. Long delays can be very costly. A major advantage of owning equipment made by Franklin, one of the few logging equipment manufacturers with an entirely U.S.-based parts manufacturing and delivery system, is speed with which parts can be acquired. Franklin's parts division occupies a brand new 15,000 square foot building directly adjacent to the manufacturing. From top to bottom, this parts facility was our speed and efficiency. The automated parts cell stores over 2,000 part numbers, provides the ultimate in quick retrieval, while high bay storage provides space for 3,000 larger and less commonly needed parts. The entire facility is operated through the Computerized Materials Management System, or MMS. This is a software package written specifically for warehousing systems that efficiently tracks inventory quantities and locations. Using this, parts personnel a single sweep of the warehouse with backtracking, fill mobile orders, picking parts according to an automatically printed roadmap. The information provided by the MMS allows the manufacturing department, which is electronically linked to the system, to schedule parts manufacture in a way that reduces lead times and prevents back orders for customers. The goal of the Franklin Parts Department is to ship every item on the same day the order is received, with special priority given to down orders. While this is not wasteful, the staff takes great pride that with more than 90% of the orders received by 4 p.m., this ambitious same-day goal is achieved. Work shifts overlap during peak hours to have the highest volume day. Franklin Express trucks deliver to dealers' doors within areas to these. Franklin will arrange large shifts outside area, regularly scheduled in 6 weeks, help dealers well stock with new Franklin parts. And while Wilf parts may be available from other sources, only Franklin's made specifications and quality ensure continued reliability have made Franklin and Tree Farmer legendary. Franklin equipment is dedicated to the American logger. They're constantly looking for, testing, and developing new ways to improve equipment, solve problems, and increase productivity for the customers in the forest. Utilizing field, on-site testing, and very latest designs and their technology, along with plenty of grease and gold. Their engineers currently work developing the next generation of Franklin and timber logging equipment. So that pioneering spirit minimum made for logging continue to ship their products services today and tomorrow. You've seen Franklin Equipment Company is modern and innovative operate. It's a company focused on manufacturing machinery for the logging industry and on making sure quality parts and service are available to the sale. A company that's leading the way in the manufacture of timber harvesting equipment with the very latest technology, an unrelenting dedication to quality, and deeply ingrained spirit of innovation. A group of people committed to constantly improving the performance of Franklin and Tree Farming that already achieved legendary status in forests across the country and around the world. While these standards may seem high to maintain on a continuous basis, it's all in a day's work at Franklin Equipment Company in Franklin, Virginia. It's another day at the Blacksmith.